Hey guys, and welcome to Item of the Day, episode 27. And today is going to be this episode is going to be kind of in conjunction with the previous episode, episode 26, which I did yesterday. And so yesterday, we did the zero ring. As you can see, I still have the zero ring. We'll be checking that out later in comparison with today's item, which is the ring of ignition. So the numbers for that, of course, are 40, 1, and 4. So we're just going to be checking this out, making it and everything. So of course for this you also need an iron band, which is the 8 iron ingots and the lava bucket. So we're just going to make that really quick. And there we go, got the iron band, and then we just need, of course, some flint and some iron ingots, of course, to make flint and steel. It sounds like my sounds are really high, but they're really not. I'm just going to turn them off, and that should fix the problem for why it sounds so high to me. And there we go. So next, of course, we need the block of diamond and 8 eternalist fuel. So we're just going to craft that into dark matter, and of course we need 2 of that, and 4 flint and steel, and 2 Mobius fuel, as you can see right there. So the flint and steel is just going to go on the outsides, on the outside corners, and of course the Mobius fuel goes on top and bottom. Dark matter goes on left and right, and the iron band goes, of course, in the middle. That gets you the ring of ignition. We're going to need some redstone again, though. So let's just grab a stack of that. Now, this ring of ignition is basically just the opposite of this zero ring. As you can see, the zero ring makes snow. That's all fine and everything. Shoot snow, of course. Of course, if you activate it, it will consume redstone to place snow wherever you go. As you can see, I'm not clicking. I'm actually going to turn my sounds back up just a little. I'm going to just turn them on to 1. That should be good. And there we go. Or maybe I just had to, maybe it might have been bugged. Not sure. But anyway, as you can see, I built another portal. We're just going to hop right in here. And once we get there, you guys will be able to see what the ring of ignition does. As I said already, it's basically the exact opposite of the zero ring. It does really the same thing, except it uses fire, and I'm not exactly sure why I heard a bird in here, but that's fine, I guess. And this is actually the first time I've came into the nether, and oh, hello. And of course, as you can see, I'm shooting fireballs at the ghast. But of course, he's not taking any damage. So we're just going to right-click, and of course, whenever we right-click, actually let's charge it up a little bit. As you can see, whenever we right-click, it's making fire. And I'm just gonna turn there we go, as you can see, I turned it all the way up. And as you can see, I'm walking and there's kind of fire following me. If I turn it on, actually, you know what, for some reason it was on. I'm not really exactly sure why, it shouldn't have been. But as you can see, if we turn it on, there will be fire popping up around us. But since it's at full charge, if I right click, it'll shoot out like flames, just huge rows of flames. And of course, as you can see, I'm just walking along and this fire is going out around me. And as you can see, you might be wondering why exactly it's going out all around me. Well, that is because this, the ring itself actually puts the fires out of wherever you go. And that's fairly nice because, I mean, you can't get hurt by fire on here actually, which is really nice. The fire doesn't affect you. For example, if I was to jump in this lava, as you can see, it's not affecting me. It's not like killing me to be swimming in this lava. Well, that's the effect from this ring, and that ghast is really getting annoying. And I almost just died. I'm just gonna go into creative mode and just hit him. And let's just get a nano saber because those work really well. And actually, we got an uncharged one that wasn't really a smart idea. But anyway, yeah. So this ring, basically, you can shoot fire with the left click, which is the exact opposite of shooting snowballs. Which actually, snowballs hurt ghasts because they are fire mobs. And as you can see, we're just basically throwing snow at him and just doing damage to him. But I'm just gonna kill him really quick. But anyway, as you can see, we can come down here and throw snowballs at the ghasts and just do anything we want, or the zombie pigmen rather. Or we can just catch them on fire. But like I was saying, how it's set up is that whenever you walk near one of these things, basically, when you walk into the flames, it'll put it out. There's a magma cube right there. Let me just smack him. But yeah, basically, so whenever you walk into a flame with it on your hotbar, the flame will go out. Now, flames can't hurt you when it's in your hotbar, but the reason it does this is because if it didn't put the fires out, and wow, there's a lot of fire now. Anyway, if it didn't put the fires out, and you walked through a fire, basically you would catch on fire. You wouldn't lose health, but it would be giving you that the weird looking fire type thing like it would whenever, for example, I'm just gonna take it off my hotbar really quick and turn it back on creative mode so I don't die. Actually, I can't do that because then I won't catch on fire. And let me just turn it off and get something to eat. So I'm just gonna, actually, you know what, let me just grab this nano armor. And this should work. Actually, it's not going to work if we shift click, so let's just equip them. And there we go. As you can see, well, I'm not really, yeah, it's probably because of the nano suit. It's just going badly. And as you guys will be able to see, I'm just going to run in the fire really quick so you guys can see. And I'm still not catching on fire. Well, anyway, I think you guys kind of understand what I mean by if you go into a fire, you catch on fire, and of course it kind of like messes with your screen and puts like a fiery texture effect and stuff. And that was basically the whole point of putting the fire out, was so you don't get that, because it won't hurt you, but it might create some view problems. And as you can see, we're at highest charge and we can just shoot a ton of fire. And of course we can hit G and just basically set fires wherever we go. Just set all kinds of fires everywhere. If you want to burn down something, if you wanted to burn down a village, or not a village, but actually you could probably do it with the village anyway. But if you wanted to burn down and that, I will just say that the Ring of Ignition does not protect against fall damage. It may protect against fire damage, but definitely not fall. But like I was saying, like if you I actually kind of forget what I was saying, and we actually got some snow on top of our nether portal. But that's alright, we're just gonna hop right back in the nether and go in there and get our stuff back, because we're not done with showing you guys what this is. But anyway, actually we got all kinds of crap in our inventory now. And like I was saying though, if you wanted to burn down, say, a forest or something, and replace, like, just to get rid of all the trees, and that is a lot of fire. But yeah, this would definitely be the way to do it. Oh, look, Nether Fortress. How interesting. So, we're just gonna jump down here and get our crap back. And of course, as you can see, it's still activated and still setting fires. We're just going to, actually, I'm gonna turn this off. As you can see, I'm not dying. Even though I'm swimming in lava, I am not dying. As long as I can stay away from this gas fireballs, I'll be fine. But I mean, this is really nice. I mean, you can just swim around in fire and nothing is going to happen. But another thing that you guys might find useful is the fact that the zero ring, of course, if you use it, it will turn lava into obsidian. And that would be useful to getting platforms and stuff. But of course, if you use the Ring of Ignition, it will turn lava or obsidian back into fire. One second, let me just break this. And let me charge it up a bit. And as you, well, it's just catching on fire. But if we press G, and yeah, I suppose that the Tekkit wiki lied to me again. I do check that for references before I do most of my videos, so that I can see whether there's like a feature that I didn't know about or something. But as it seems right now, a couple times actually, it has actually not been correct completely, or I'm just doing it wrong. That could be the case. I'm just gonna turn it up to max really quick. Yeah, and as you can see, it's just catching it on fire. So, I mean, yeah, it's not turning it back to obsidian, even though I was told that it would be able to. But that's okay. Now you guys know to not make that mistake in believing that it, whoops, that's turned on. But now you guys know not to make the mistake in believing that it will actually turn obsidian back into lava. So, I mean, just in case you had some plan where you was going to turn obsidian back into lava, don't use what I just told you unless you know that I'm doing it wrong and you know the way to do it. If that's the case, by all means, do it your way. Let me know. Just leave a comment and let me know what the heck is going on. What am I doing wrong, if I am doing anything wrong. Anyway, we're just, I mean, that's the ring of ignition versus the zero ring, and of course, very good for light. I mean, you can just like spam light flames everywhere, and just light up everything. Light up the nether, because you know what? Why not? Oh, there was a ghast up there, or a blaze. Wow, that was a complete failure. I cannot believe how bad that was. But anyway, as you can see, we can also just freeze over the nether, because you know what? Why not just freeze over the nether? Because it should be entertaining. It's completely ironic. And we're actually, I'm not sure if that, I think that ghast would probably attack, or the blaze would probably attack me. As you can see, we can just like shoot him away. Get away from us. And as you can see, that was actually fairly effective against a blaze. Shooting him with snowballs, that was actually very effective as compared to throwing him at a pigman or a ghast or anything of the like. So I mean, now you guys know maybe something that you didn't know before you watched this video. In which case, I am glad that I could have taught you something. I would really like to know if I am, in fact, teaching you guys anything that you did not already know. Or if there's anything that I need to do better, that would also be nice to know. So I mean, you guys can just like leave me a comment if you would like. Let me know how you like the series so far. Let me know what you'd like to see, what I'm doing wrong. Please do note though that these videos that I've been doing, I am using a random number generator. I'm actually using random.org. So please don't be like leaving comments telling me what numbers to do, because I am actually not picking the numbers. I am doing it just from random number generation, with the first three numbers with coordinating coordinating three numbers that I randomly generate into random.org, or into NEI with the page number, line number, and row number. So I mean, that's how I'm doing it. So I mean, if you guys leave me a comment and say do this number, chances are I'm probably not gonna, unless that's my next numbers that are selected. I mean, eventually I probably will do it, but just not necessarily next episode. But chances are I probably will get to it eventually, whenever my random numbers say, hey, you should do these numbers. And of course, like I said again, that's random.org. Of course, I'm not really changing anything. I mean, I'm not denying anything except microblocks, which of course I've already done, and then of course the default Minecraft blocks. I'm not going to go over them because this is more Tekkit based, and of course the components to make stuff. I'm not going over components, like for example, let me just find something really quick. I'm not going to be going over, like, for example, let's see, like, for example, if we went tin plate or like copper coil or anything like that, or stone wire, I'm not going to be doing spotlights of these types of items, because the spotlights I'm doing are more of items, like things that you can use, and not really geared towards components that you would use to make the items, because the components are basically, I'm showing you guys how to make them in the episode that we are looking for how to make it. And actually, I kind of want to know how to make that. So I guess that would be like one of the new Minecraft stone fences. But yeah, I mean, so that's how I'm basically doing it. I'm not going to be doing any components, like I said, because those are basically self-explanatory. You can't really do anything with those. And so I mean, it's basically what? Oh, my bad. I'm breaking the nether here. I'm breaking the nether fortress. Oh wait, you know what? I don't want to turn off creative mode. That would be fairly bad for me. I thought that my snowballs were just like breaking nether stuff, and I was going to be like, oh my god, that is amazing. But, you know, that didn't at all happen. Holy crap, there's a lot of blazes. So yeah, I mean, the zero ring is actually fairly effective for the nether. And of course, the ring of ignition would be effective for lighting the nether on fire, because you can light a lot of stuff on fire. Just because, I mean, what the crap is going on here? Wow, my texture pack is so broken. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. I will fix that soon, eventually, whenever I get to it, probably after this episode. But anyway, getting back to the blazes, I mean, this, as you can see, this is fairly effective. I mean, it's not as good as something else, but I mean, like, you could use bows and stuff, but this is also fairly cheap and easy. I mean, the ring not necessarily isn't cheap, and a blaze rod just fell in the lava. But I mean, getting snowballs, that's fairly cheap, considering one snow block is only worth 1 EMC. So anyway, I mean, as you can see, it's fairly effective in here to kill mobs, at least the blazes, because you can range attack them. And as you can see, we can just get like the blaze rod right there and use that for other stuff that we would like to do. And okay, hello weird netherrack just sitting in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, I mean, if you really wanted to catch the world on fire, like the overworld, and just like get a crap load of just setting everything on fire and setting villages and forests and all kinds of stuff on fire, you could do that, but I wouldn't recommend it necessarily, because that's just horrible for the wildlife. Of course, what wildlife, I don't even know. But you know, you might have some wildlife, but there is some wildlife, but I mean, you might have like mill creatures or something. You know, you don't want to ruin some habitats and crap. And honestly, that's your problem if you decide to destroy your world by burning everything. Then I mean, so be it. Go right ahead and do that. I'm not going to hold you again. I'm not going to hold it against you, because it is not my world. Yeah, so I don't even. Okay, so yeah, I wasn't even exactly sure where the Nether portal was, but we found it. Well, I found it. That is, you guys might have already known where it was. But that is a lot of fire. Wow. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do this to your world, by all means, go ahead. I don't care. That's your world. Your world to make decisions and choices. But anyway, that was the Ring of Ignition. Of course, basically the opposite of the Zero Ring. As you can see, they look the same, almost. At least in my texture pack. And, of course, they are different colors. So, I mean, they're both good. And I'm breaking stuff again. Bad. I'm not meaning to break stuff, actually. But, you know, I mean, I like the fact that you can shoot fireballs. That looks fairly cool. But, I mean, yeah, that was the Zero Ring. Or, this was the Ring of Ignition. This was the Zero Ring. Both episodes kind of used in conjunction. So, thank you guys for watching. And, as always, have a very nice day.